Welcome to BikeBeat. The 2025 Royal Enfield Shotgun 650 is designed to deliver. It's not just another motorcycle, it's an attitude, a machine that invites you to express yourself, to carve out your own identity on two wheels, and to enjoy the ride as much as the destination. Royal Enfield has a long history of building motorcycles that blend classic styling with everyday usability. The Shotgun 650 carries that philosophy forward but adds something new. It's what they call a factory custom. That means it's built to be personalized, to act as a canvas for your style. At its heart, though, it's still a Royal Enfield, reliable, approachable, and bursting with character. Let's start with the numbers that matter. In the US, you're looking at a starting MSRP of about $6,899 for the base sheet metal gray colorway. Step into plasma blue, green drill, or stencil white, and you'll be paying closer to $7,199 at the top end. In India, prices hover around 3.6 Indian rupees to 3.8 Indian rupees like ex-showroom. That's incredible value for a mid-capacity twin-cylinder motorcycle in today's market, especially considering what you get in terms of design, performance, and customization potential. Royal Enfield has always nailed the price-to-value equation, and the Shotgun 650 is no exception. Now, let's get into the engine, because that's the heartbeat of any motorcycle. The Shotgun 650 uses Royal Enfield's proven 648 cubic centimeters SOHC parallel twin, air, and oil-cooled, delivering about 46 horsepower at 7,250 RPM and 52 Newton-meters of torque at 5,650 RPM. On paper, those numbers might not make your jaw drop, but the beauty of this motor isn't about chasing high revs or top speed. It's about that wave of torque in the mid-range. You twist the throttle at 3,000 RPM, and the bike surges forward with confidence. You can leave it in a higher gear through city traffic and let the torque pull you along, or roll onto the throttle on the highway in 6th gear and feel it respond smoothly without a fuss. It's predictable, it's refined, and it's got enough punch to make every ride engaging. The sound of the twin is another highlight. It's not aggressive or obnoxious, but it has a distinct note, a low thrum that rises into a crisp bark as you rev it out. It's the kind of soundtrack that makes short commutes more enjoyable and long weekend rides more memorable. Pair that with Royal Enfield's 6-speed gearbox, slick and precise compared to earlier models, and you've got a drivetrain that feels sorted, dependable, and just plain fun. Moving on to the chassis, Royal Enfield has given the Shotgun 650 a strong tubular steel spine frame. The dimensions tell you a lot about the ride. A wheelbase of 1,465 mm gives it a planted feel at speed, while the low 795 mm seat height makes it accessible to a wide range of riders. Even though it tips the scales at around 240 kilograms wet, the weight is carried low, so it never feels unwieldy once you're moving. In fact, one of the most surprising things about this bike is how nimble it feels in corners. Take it through a set of twisties and it leans over smoothly, holding its line with confidence. It's not a sport bike, but it doesn't pretend to be. What it is a cruiser-bobber hybrid that likes to flow through corners rather than snap through them. Suspension plays a big role here. Up front, you've got a big piston USD fork, and at the rear, twin shock absorbers with 5-step preload adjustment. The setup leans toward the firmer side, especially if you're riding 2-up, but the damping is well calibrated. On smooth tarmac, it feels composed and stable. On rougher city streets, it soaks up the bumps without jarring you too much. It's a balance that works well for a bike in this segment. Braking is handled by a 320 mm disc up front and a 300 mm disc at the rear, both supported by ABS. The feedback through the lever is predictable, with enough bite to inspire confidence, whether you're slowing from highway speeds or making quick stops in traffic. The bike rolls on tubeless alloy wheels wrapped in white rubber, which not only adds to the confidence in handling but also brings a practical benefit: no more worries about roadside puncture repairs being a nightmare. Let's step up to the cockpit, because this is where the Shotgun 650 shows how it balances retro charm with modern needs. The instrument cluster is a mix of analog and digital, with a clean round dial that gives you speed, a small digital readout for essentials like trip meters and fuel, and of course Royal Enfield's Tripper navigation pod for turn-by-turn directions. You also get a USB charging port, which is a small but very welcome feature for real-world riders. The switchgear feels premium, made of metal with satisfying clicks, and the adjustable levers mean you can dial in your perfect feel. It's all designed to be simple, intuitive, and rider-focused, no unnecessary clutter or complicated menus. Design is where the Shotgun 650 makes its boldest statement. The word that comes to mind is versatility. From the factory, it comes with a modular setup that allows you to quickly switch between a solo bobber look and a two-up touring setup. Want to ride stripped down and minimalist? Remove the pillion seat and rear pegs, and you've got a sleek single-seater. Want to take a passenger or strap-on luggage for a longer ride? Refit the seat and accessories, and you're ready to roll. This adaptability makes the Shotgun stand out in its class. It's almost like owning multiple bikes in one. The styling itself blends retro and modern beautifully. The tank has muscular lines, the fenders are short and purposeful, and the overall stance is low and aggressive without being over the top. Color choices like plasma blue and green drill give it a contemporary edge, while sheet metal gray and stencil white appeal to those who prefer classic vibes. Add in the catalog of over 30 official accessories, everything from touring seats and windscreens to bar end mirrors and machine parts, and you can make the Shotgun truly yours. But beyond specs and features, what's it like to actually ride? The answer, it's joyful. Riders consistently describe the Shotgun 650 as a bike that makes them want to ride more often. The ergonomics are relaxed, with mid-mounted pegs that give you a natural posture and a wide handlebar that provides leverage in corners. The seat is comfortable enough for city commutes and medium-length rides, though longer touring stints might call for an upgraded seat or gel pad, thankfully available in the accessory catalog. The engine's torque makes overtaking easy, and at cruising speeds, it feels steady and unhurried. It's not built for high-speed blasting, but for enjoying the journey. What sets it apart in a crowded mid-capacity segment are its unique selling points. First, the price-to-value ratio is exceptional. For under $7,000 in the US, you're getting a twin-cylinder motorcycle with real character, modern equipment, and customization potential that rivals bikes costing thousands more. Second, the modular design gives it unmatched versatility. You can tailor it to your lifestyle without needing aftermarket parts. Third, the ergonomics and accessible seat height mean it's not intimidating for newer riders while still engaging enough for veterans. Fourth, it carries that Royal Enfield charm, a mix of heritage, mechanical honesty, and style that makes it stand out on the road. When you compare it to rivals like the Kawasaki Vulcan S, Honda Rebel 500, or even Harley-Davidson's entry-level models, the Shotgun 650 holds its own. The Vulcan and Rebel are competent but lack the same custom-first approach. Harley's offerings carry a premium price. The Shotgun sits neatly in the middle, stylish, affordable, customizable, and backed by Royal Enfield's expanding global network. So, for riders out there looking for a motorcycle that's approachable, versatile, and dripping with personality, the 2025 Royal Enfield Shotgun 650 is a bike you should seriously consider. Whether you're new to motorcycling and want something with an easy learning curve, or you're an experienced rider looking for a stylish machine to enjoy on weekends, the Shotgun delivers. At its price, it's hard to argue against it. On BikeBeat, we like to say that a great motorcycle isn't just about horsepower or gadgets, it's about the feeling it gives you when you twist the throttle and lean into a turn. The Shotgun 650 nails that feeling. It's a bike that makes motorcycling fun again, and in a world of overcomplicated machines, that might be its most important feature of all.